Hi everyone, it's Tammy, and today I'm going to make a cute little card using some of my stash stamps, but this would look cute with just about any stamps that you have, and it was super easy to make, and I thought it was just adorable, so I wanted to share it with you. It says, "Hope your birthday is just like you," and then you open it up and it says, "Wonderful in every way," and it's just a really cute, very easy card, but I liked it a lot, and I thought that I would show you how to do it, and I even decorated the envelope so the recipient will have a cute envelope to look at as well. So let's go ahead and get started. To make this card, I used a piece of craft paper instead of the usual white for the base, and it is still an A2 sized card, so it's an 8.5 by 11 that I scored at 4 1/4, and then I am now I cut it at 4 1/4 and I scored it at 5 1/2, and I am now just going to try to find my bone folder. Here it is. I'm forever losing something, and on my desk, and just crisping up that edge. My craft paper is a little bit wonky, but it still works, especially when I put some multiple layers on it. And then I have a couple of layers that I'm going to use. I have some shimmery pink that I found at Michael's that is just beautiful, and I'm hoping that that shimmer is shining so you can see it, and both sides are shimmery, so it's really pretty. I think I just saw it shimmer, and it's a beautiful pink color, and I cut these at 4 by 5 1/4, so it will give you a little bit of a base. Actually, that's the one. This is the, I cut one at 4 and 5 1/4, and that's going to go on the outside. And then this one I just cut at 1/8 of an inch smaller than the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, or 1/8 of an inch bigger. So it's just a tiny bit bigger than this one. I don't know why I did it, but I did, and I thought, okay, I kind of like that. So this one has less of a border. You can see has less of a border than this one. Not much, but a little bit less. You can do it either way you want. And then I also just took some white and stamped my image, and I'm using Pretty Kitty from Stampin' Up. It's a stamp set that I don't even remember when it came out, and it doesn't tell me on here anymore. I think they used to say, but, or maybe I just don't know where to look. I don't know. It doesn't matter because I think it's retired, but it is a very cute stamp set. So if you own this, you can make the exact one. Well, I did use 2 stamp sets, but I mean, you can use, this is just a basic, easy card to make, just to give you some inspiration and idea. I'm also using an older wooden stamp set called Cool Cat, also by Stampin' Up. And I'm just using the flowers on the flowers from that, and I'm also using some distressed ink and worn lipstick because I like pink. So this is the stamp set that I used, and it has the sentiment as well. So I just used the cute cat from that, and then I used this cat for the envelope. So I just stamped the sentiment and the cat on my white cardstock, and then I took a piece of foiled, also from Michael's, and it's craft on the other side, paper that I'm going to layer this on top, and then this on top of that, and then on the inside I'll have that pink. And then I also just took some white, and I just used some scraps and cut a piece that would fit in the middle, and it says "Wonderful in every way," and it kind of says crooked. It kind of looks crooked, and it is a little crooked, but you know what, I'm going to leave it just because, why not? And then I am going to take my foil paper that I had extra, and I'm going to turn it over, and you might be able to see some of the markings from the ink, because I'm just using this as my backdrop so I can ink off of it. So on the inside card, I am going to stamp this with the flowers. So I'm just taking my ink, and this is kind of a chalk ink, so it will smear if you stamp it. You can smear it. I don't know if you can see that, but it does smear. So I don't know, if you have distressed ink, you might just know that. And I am just randomly stamping. I think that's fun, just to make a background. And then I'm also going to do this to the front of the card, but I'm going to use the pink for this one. So I'm stamping the pink on the pink. And you can turn the stamp. And you can just kind of put it randomly. You don't want to measure it or anything. And then you also can turn it so that the flowers aren't all in the same direction. It's just whatever you want to do. It's pretty easy to make a background stamp, and it's kind of fun. Like if you feel like there might be something else over here, maybe I'll put a little more just right there. Just whatever looks good to you. I'm also going to, since I have it out, I'm going to go ahead and do the envelope, and I'm trying to be a little careful with it because like I said, it does smear. So just get this out of the way, and it will dry, but it just takes a little minute. And I think for the envelope, I just put a couple of these around here because I thought that would be cute between the address. And then I'm also just going to put some here as though it's like washi tape, which I often use to close envelopes, but now I can just have my little stamp, and I think it turned out really cute. Just like that. I think that's all the stamping that I need to do with you guys, but I do need to color, and I left that to do. I've been trying to do different things with different, sometimes I want to leave the coloring to do, sometimes I want to leave the card to do. I mean, it's hard to do it all sometimes, so I'm going to clean this off with my little stamp pad cleaner. And I'm going to put this away. So then that one's all ready to go. Okay, so I have this stamped, I have that stamped, I have this, I have those. I need to color in this, and I need to color in this. So I am using some, they're kind of like Tombow markers. These are Primrosia markers. I found them on Etsy. They're fun to use, and I like how they are all in a little container, and I can just pick my colors. So I'm going to try to do it very similar to the one that I did before. I can see if I put it here, there's a shadow, so I'm just going to stick it over there. So let's see. I know I'm going to start with the green grass. I think this is a little different color than the last one, but you know, it doesn't have to be exactly the same. And this is, like I said, just an inspiration for you guys, so do what you want. If you have a background with some flowers, you could do flowers too, or if you have something completely different. And I'm just taking my marker and just going to kind of fill in the bottom. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Just a little bit of something, something. And sometimes I like to make the stems of the flowers a different color. Sometimes I like to make them the same color as the grass. You could even add a little bit of color if you wanted to. So let's say, I want some of my grass to be a little darker. Maybe the leaves a different color. And maybe I'm going to take another color still and blend some of this in. There we go. Anything works. And then I'm going to do pink, since I did pinks for the ribbon and the card and all that. Oh, I didn't even show you ribbon, but I do have some ribbon over here to use too. I'll put it over here so I won't forget. I think this might be pink, red. Sometimes it's really hard for me to tell between red and pink. I don't know why that is. My eyes are playing tricks on me. Maybe I should put this over, or maybe I'll just reach with my left hand. Sorry, I'm trying to not get everything in your way. So all you see is my big arm. And I'm just going to color the bow, and I'm going to color her little ears, a little nose, and I'm going to give her a little pink cheek. I'm going to do the same with this one. I'll color the bow, and her nose, and her little ears. And then I'm going to take the lightest gray that I see, and I'm coloring in, and I'm covering up the pink even though I just colored it. I just don't want the pink to be so bold. And when I color with these, I notice that it leaves streaky like lines, but then it seems like it dries okay without the lines. So I'm just going to go ahead and color it. It's kind of a fast color. And then I'm going to take it and I'm just going to highlight a little bit. I act like I know what I'm doing, but I don't. I'm just doing what I think looks right. And then once I have that kitty cat colored, I'm going to go ahead over here to this one. I'm going to color her the same colors. So I'm probably not going to list any dimensions of the card below because honestly, the scraps and stuff and the sizes are totally up to you. Do what you want to do. I don't know if this picks up, but the pink kind of shines through a little bit, so it's kind of cute. And then now I'm going to just color the flowers, and I think I used a periwinkle color on the first card, but I think on this one I'm going to use a purple. No particular reason, just I wanted to see what this purple looked like. And I like it. And let's see, I'm gonna color, I'm gonna pick a different, like a raspberry pink for the flowers, at least I think, yeah. And I decided to do all the flowers the same color. And then I will do the butterfly with a darker gray body. And then I think I might do like an orange. I don't know why, but that's what's calling out to me. Do his little wings, make him look a little orange. And then I did yellow or white polka dots on the first card to match the polka dots in this. And I think I'll do the same with that. And because of that, I maybe should have made him pink, but that's all right. I'm just gonna take my white pen and give him some white pokes. And I need a drink of my coffee. It's the weather now that I can drink coffee all day long, and I love it. Okay, so what I'm also going to do this card is I have a little piece of pink twine, and I'm just going to make the smallest little bow with it. If I can, hopefully I didn't pull that out too far. Okay, and then I'm gonna pull this string. Make the tiniest little bow, tiny, 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 like so. And then I'm gonna take my sharp scissors, hopefully, and cut off the little tails. I think I'm done with this, so I can put this back over here. And I'm going to glue this little baby bow onto my kitty cat's head. Just like that, because oh my goodness, it's adorable. And I'm going to take my glue and put glue on the back of the kitty cat and put that on. I'm just going to center it and glue it to my layer. Oh, that's so cute. And then this back layer, before I put it on the back layer of the front of the card, I'm going to add some ribbon to this. And to do that, my favorite way is using my tape and putting that on the edges. And then I'm going to leave some space in the middle because I'm going to put a little knot through it. So I have space in the middle, and now I can just put this wherever I feel like I want, and I want it to be like on the bottom third of the card, or maybe the bottom quarter of the card. And since this has tape on it, all I have to do is stick it through, and I know that it's gonna stick. And then I'm just going to glue this, and you could use tape or whatever you want. I'm going to adhere it to the front of my card, and I'm just centering it. And again, I don't know if that's totally dry, so I'm just going to take it and turn it over and rub that side instead of rubbing this, because I don't want that to smear. And I'm going to do the same with this. I'll glue this down. To the front of my card. And I will turn it over and do this. And then my little bow, I will just take some ribbon, and you can use any kind of ribbon that you might have in your stash. This, I believe, came from Michael's. And you can put it in the center, you could put it wherever you want, but I kind of like it on the side, and I'm just moving it over to one of the sides. You can see it's opposite the side that I did the last one. And since this ribbon has one side that has the dots on it and the other side doesn't, and it wants to naturally go so that one side has the dots, the other side doesn't, I'm going to take the side without the dots showing and twist it before I pull it tight. That way I'm training it or teaching it that I want the dots to show. And then now I'm just going to take my scissors and cut this at an angle. I'm not cutting very much off because I don't want it, I want it to have a little bit of a tail. Just like that. And if you want it to stay and you are not sure that it will, you could glue it if you wanted to, but honestly, I think it'll be fine. And then I'm going to open it up. I'm going to put my pink down. I'm going to glue this first. Doop-de-doop-de-doop-de-doop. So it's just layering that sometimes gives it a really cute look. And I could have turned this over and just stamped again since my stamp was a little bit off, but I craft in real life, and I think that some of the beauty of a handmade card is the imperfections. So I don't mind that it's a little wonky, and especially when you decorate around it, it makes it less obvious that it was not straight. Just going to make sure that's stuck on there. And there we go. That was super simple, guys, and I think it's fun, and I would love to get a card like this. Actually, this is going to be my daughter's birthday card this year, and her birthday is coming up. And I will store one of them until I need to use it again, and I'll just store it like this so that I know that I have the envelope with it, so it's fun. And you can see how the little stripes, I mean the lines from the coloring kind of went away. You can't even tell. And you can see this bow is kind of turning. So I'll just take it again and twist it. Maybe I will put a little glue on this one and say, hey you, I want you to stay like this. And you can even put it in the knot a little bit. I'm just sticking my tip of the glue inside the knot and just giving it a little bit of a squeeze so a little bit of the glue goes down there so I know that the knot will stay. And then I put a little bit of glue on the edge of this guy too, so I'll just hold it for a little minute and it will stay for sure, for sure. I'm trying to put the lid on my glue. I'm struggling. Oh, here's the Celebrate It Basic. I don't know whose this is. Michael's stores. So this was from Michael's. It's pretty ribbon. So there we go. There's the card. Thanks for watching. I hope that you guys give it a try and I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.